So my name is Troy Sloan. I am the program manager for the KFX program.
And I'm Caroline André, married to Troy Sloan.
So I've been working in engineering, a very long time, 28 years. I started off as a software engineer, just writing code. Very quickly, within the first few years, realized I didn't like being a coder. I wanted to get into management. Got into that and have just worked my way up, managing people in larger and larger programs. So I always knew I was going to go to college, but when I actually started college, I was pursuing a business management degree. Second year, I was looking at the economics and the accounting and the business law, and I was bored. I looked around and said, I've always liked programming. Switched over to the engineering college and fell in love with software engineering. But I still wanted to do business, so I ended up getting a minors in business management on top of my engineering degree. And as I said earlier, once I got into the workforce, I enjoyed solving problems, I enjoyed writing the code, but I found I enjoyed managing larger projects, not just the code, but the larger, all the people. It was much more inspiring for me than the engineering side, so I refocused into management. I was recently called a servant leader, and I liked that thought. My job is to help my team succeed. Identify and remove roadblocks, give them the tools they need to be successful, give them the focus. What does success look like? What is it that means? Help them understand that and then help them get there. My very second program as an engineer was working a program for the Korean government. We were delivering a surveillance system for use here in Korea. As part of that program, I had a chance to come out here and do some training with the Korean military, and I just found Korea fascinating. Fast forward many, many years, and the opportunity to come out and work on the KF-21 program occurred, and knowing how much I enjoyed my time out here prior, I thought this would be a great opportunity to not only come back to Korea, but bring my family with me. So I've been working out here for 7.5 years now. The biggest difference is the culture. Korean culture is dramatically different than the culture in America, and learning how to operate in that culture has been both challenging and rewarding. In my exposure to the Korean culture, there is a definite can-do attitude. We will do whatever it takes, we will be successful. It's very refreshing. And time after time in the 7 years I've been here, I've watched my Korean teammates overcome what I thought was going to be impossible. Now, I've also had to learn how to effectively communicate. Koreans and Americans communicate very differently. I've had to learn that when the Koreans is agreeing with me, probably means they're listening, not that they actually agree with me. So I've had to learn how to communicate within this culture, which I think has actually helped me become a better communicator back with my team and my culture. Like I said, culture. Having to put yourself in another person's shoes and think about something the way they think about it, see it from their point of view, is very powerful. Not only does it help me interact with other cultures, but you come to realize that every single person on your team is an independent culture. And learning to think like these different people on your team helps you learn how to get the most out of them and have them be as effective as they possibly can be. Now, that's a question that I can't answer on my own. I have to bring in the wife to decide that.
Yes.
I would be open to either. I have the taste, the bug for international travel and work. So if I had an opportunity after my job here is done to go live and work in another country, I'd certainly look at it. At some point, going back to our home countries is in the cards. It doesn't have to be right away.
Yes. So for me, I was an expat child and teenager, so I always enjoyed being overseas. I was raised, mostly overseas anyway, because I'm French American. So being, in other countries or having other opportunities, I would really enjoy it. I'm in no hurry to move back to America, but we may have to. I don't know. We shall see. Well, because sacheon is small, there's only one international school. But I did some research because going to an international school myself when I was a child, I thought it was very interesting and very beneficial to my children to have the same experience, the critical thinking, dealing with different nationalities, different cultural backgrounds, students who think differently, different approach, different point of view. So I was really happy with that. But because we're in sacheon, there was only one international school, but when I think the first year there were 26 nationalities at the school, so I was very happy, about that. Just a wide range of thoughts and cultures. So, well, it needed to be an international, English base because of the children coming from America. My concern a little bit was the size of the school. That's still an issue because the school is so small. But at the same time, they have, the class are small, so I think the learning is better here. The level is higher. So it just, a lot of international schools are like that. So that is good.